We are a family of three living in Netherlands, exploring the world in our own new way. We are घुमक्कर बॉन्ग्स, चले दुनिया की सैर में. Hello and welcome, fellow adventurers. Welcome once again to our new travel blog by Ghumakkar Bongs. Let's start our journey today as we drive to the heart of Belgian Ardennes. We are going to Dinant to explore a city that looks straight out of a storybook. So let's move on to our exploration. Come along with us.
कुछ नया सा है, हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है.
Welcome to the Sacred Valley and the medieval city of Dinant. Nestled dramatically along the steep cliffs of the Meuse River, Dinant is one of Belgium's true hidden gems. Just looking at the skyline tells you a story of resilience and beauty. With its signature Collegiate Church and the towering citadel watching over the narrow valley. After strolling along the Meuse, our eyes are naturally drawn upward to this magnificent structure. We are now standing at the base of the Collégiale Notre-Dame de Dinant, the spiritual heart of the city. The original church, a Romanesque masterpiece, met a tragic end in 1228 when a massive rockfall from the towering cliff face above completely destroyed the choir. A few decades later, in the 13th century, a new church, the current one which we can see here, was begun, and it then became popular with its Gothic style. But tragedy wasn't done with Dinant. Remember the destruction of 1466 by Philip the Good? The entire town was burned and this church was severely damaged. In fact, it's a miracle that it survived. And then again, the Collegiale sustained heavy damage during the fierce battles of the World War I. Inside, the Collegiale is rich with history. We looked up at the stained glass windows, which flood the nave with colorful light. One of the largest and most impressive is a modern window that was created by the Belgian artist Ladier after the destruction of the World War. It beautifully depicts the history of Dinant, including the scenes of its destruction and rebirth. Now we look up high above the Meuse to where the history of Dinant is physically etched into the landscape, the Citadel. This fortress is a silent, imposing garden that has overlooked the city for over 1,000 years. There are two ways to reach to the top of the Citadel, either walking up the steps or using the cable car. While we reached the Dinant Citadel, the cable car was not working, so we had to hike up the steps all the way to the top. The importance of the citadel is purely geographical. Anyone who controls this rock could have controlled the passage up and down the Meuse Valley, making it a critical strategic asset in the heart of Europe. Over the centuries, this citadel has been destroyed, rebuilt, and changed hands countless times. Held by the prince, bishops of Liege, stormed by French and redesigned by the Dutch in the 19th century into a formidable structure that we see today. Every stone here whispers of sieges and strategy. But the citadel and the riverbanks below witnessed the most horrific chapter at the very start of World War I. In August 1914, German troops advanced through Belgium as part of the Schlieffen Plan. Dinant, with its vital river bridge and the fortress, was a key target. On 6 August 1914, the French troops arrived to save the city. Led by Charles de Gaulle, the city was fortified from the German invasion. The Germans started their attack on 21st of August. During the attack, the French forces were very poorly cornered and they started retreating. On 22nd of August, the bloody confrontation started, and the Germans were entering the city from all sides. The devastation and the massacre was immediate and catastrophic. Over a period of days, German soldiers systematically executed 674 civilians, men, women, and even children, lined them up against the walls and machine gunned them. They did this right below the citadel, along the river, and in the town square. The entire city was charred in flames and nothing was left behind. Standing here today, looking over the peaceful city, is difficult to grasp the scale of that horror. But Dinant has never forgotten its history. It has rebuilt itself, honored its death, and continues to tell this painful story of its past. The citadel now stands not just as a symbol of military power, but as a monument to the endurance of this great city that has been the absolute worst of conflict and yet found the strength to bloom again. A few steps from the base of the citadel is the house of the legendary musician Adolphe Sax, our next destination. Dinant has also been the birthplace of the instrument that redefined jazz, blues, and rock and roll. This is the house of Mr. Adolphe Sax. Before Adolphe Sax was a world-famous inventor, he was locally known as a ghost child. Why? Because he survived everything. Falling off a third-story window, accidentally drinking acid, swallowing a needle, and even a gunpowder explosion. Honestly, it's a miracle that he lived long enough to invent anything, let alone the most iconic woodwind of the history. We stepped into this childhood home. This museum is totally free. When we went inside, it was not as an usual dusty museum. We walked along the floor shaped like a giant saxophone, pushed the buttons to hear the different tones of the Sax family, and see the original 1846 patent sketches that changed the music forever. Dinant isn't just a town, it's a symphony. If you are a music lover, this pilgrimage is non-negotiable. Drop a comment below. Did you knew that saxophone is from Dinant? If not, keep watching and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful stories across Europe. So let's get back to explore more of Dinant. This is the statue of Charles de Gaulle. In 2014, this statue was inaugurated to commemorate the centenary of the wounding of this young lieutenant who fought on August 15, 1914 for the French army against the Germans. It was raining that day, so we thought of visiting the unknown cave, another hidden gem of Dinant, La Merveilleuse. Just a breezy 10-minute walk from the famous Dinant Bridge or a quick 7-minute stroll is tucked away quietly from the residential area. The ticket cost €10 for adult and €6 for the kids. You can also get a combi ticket while buying a ticket for the Citadel and the boat cruises. Stepping into this marvelous cave feels like walking onto an Indiana Jones movie set, where the air instantly drops down to a crisp 15 degrees centigrade and the world of sunlight vanishes out. Discovered by an accident in 1904, this underground labyrinth of stalactites and stalagmites is a masterclass in nature's architecture, filled with snow-white stalactites and literal waterfalls of snow that has been dripping into existence for millennia. We were navigating through the 3 levels of galleries, where the shadows are dancing on the walls and the silence is only breaking for the sound of water. Huge white calcite waterfalls are glistening in this dim light, looking exactly like frozen cascades of ice flowing down the rock face. We paused to admire the great hall, where the kissing couple, a stalactite and stalagmite, are slowly growing toward each other, inching closer with every century they pass. Finally, we were pushing our limits and feeling our muscles are getting weaker and weaker. We were getting tired. And at the last, we are climbing the 120 step back towards the sunlight, leaving this hidden piece of Belgian history behind us. There's more to discover in Dinant. You can take the boat cruise. Though we didn't take it, it was raining. There were other museums like the Leffe Museum and other castles. But surely and truly, Dinant is a place to enjoy. Dinant proved to be a true Belgian masterpiece that sounded better to us than even it looks. We left Dinant with full hearts and with stunning footages. And we hope that you are now also planning for your own journey to this riverside gem. Thank you all for exploring with us and supporting us. Please do share and subscribe our channel for more exciting videos coming soon. So see you all in the next adventure as we explore the winter paradise of Colmar and Strasbourg in our next travel blog. Till then, bye bye.
सा है रास्ता बेगाना सा है हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है हर मोड़ मोड़ पे कुछ नया सा है